Hi, I am Michael Buckoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and I want to talk about an essay exam. Actually, this is a writing prompt that appeared on the TOEFL IBT exam a few months ago, and my student emailed me, and she wasn't sure of how to answer this question. So during this video, I'm going to take a look at the writing prompt. I'll give you some strategies for answering this type of writing prompt during the TOEFL exam. I'll show you a model essay answering that writing prompt, and then I'll finish with some additional comments. Now, if you like this kind of content, if you like these kinds of lessons, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the bell. If you click the bell, then you'll be notified by YouTube when I publish new content. And as you can see, just in the month of January, here are the articles I published so far. TOEFL words to improve your score, TOEFL thesis statements, TOEFL speaking and writing point of view, TOEFL punctuation tips, example TOEFL paragraph, and then TOEFL essay topic. These are all topics just in the month of January 2020. So my New Year's resolution was to publish more frequently at my TOEFL blog so that you guys could get more help to improve your TOEFL scores. Okay, here's a topic. Do you think the problems that we face in today's society can be solved during your lifetime? Give reasons and examples to support your response. Even though the prompt uses the word problems, it does not mean you should create a broad, unfocused answer to the TOEFL essay topic. In 30 minutes, it is impossible for you to explain several problems and whether or not society can address those problems. If you approach your writing from that angle, you have already failed the writing task before you've even started it. Therefore, your strategy is to narrow your topic until you are addressing a specific problem in society, such as education, immigration, crime, employment, or climate change. Then you can explain whether or not you believe society can solve that particular type of problem. So the main thing is, an unfocused essay prompt does not mean a broad, unfocused answer. You don't want to do that. Okay, so here's how you can answer this question. And the trick is just read, understand the question, then organize your writing accordingly. Now notice, in this, there are no templates. I have used no templates at all in this writing. I really don't recommend them. You need to, of course, you need a thesis statement, right? You need good topic sentences, but don't just memorize templates from different websites and then go to the TOEFL and put them on that writing section. That's probably not a good idea. Okay, here's our introduction. In societies all over the world, people want us to succeed financially. They want to be in good health, and they want their families to feel safe. Of course, there are no guarantees in life, and unfortunately, current problems exist that prevent many people from even having the basic necessities of life. A current worldwide problem facing society is climate change. So do you see my focus? This is where I'm going to focus. Now here's the thesis. Although researchers believe that the current human-induced greenhouse gases could create an extinction-level event for humans, this existential threat will not be solved in my lifetime. Economic dependency on fossil fuel products, the unwillingness for many countries to come together for a solution, and the lack of power at the United Nations will make it nearly impossible to solve this problem. So there's my thesis. Notice I didn't say this problem cannot be solved for several reasons. That's a template, but I didn't use that here. Okay, here's our next paragraph. First of all, society will not be able to address the complexities of climate change because many countries rely too much on fossil fuels. For example, in the United States, Despite incentives from local, state, and government agencies, many people continue to rely on automobiles as their main mode of transportation. In addition, these drivers use gasoline-powered engines, which emit carbon dioxide and other noxious fumes into the air. Similarly, many companies continue to build products from plastic, which is also produced by petroleum products. In fact, consumers continue to buy these plastic products because they are cheaper. It appears that many consumers in the U.S. are unwilling at this point to change how they travel, nor are they willing to purchase non-fossil fuel-based products. And this should be it, not in. That's my grammatical mistake. Okay, here we go. Second of all, the unwillingness of major economic superpowers to work together will also make solving climate change impossible. For instance, California, which has a population of almost 41 million people, leads the United States in making positive changes to address climate change. To illustrate, California requires that gasoline be mixed with ethanol and also requires that all vehicles have cleaner burning engines that filter the more harmful pollutants from ever entering the atmosphere. However, other states in the South, such as Georgia and Mississippi, do not have these same regulations because it makes gasoline too expensive for their consumers. Likewise, other countries such as China and India, two of the biggest greenhouse gas pollutants on Earth, do not follow California's strict environmental regulations either. Citing economic hardships, many countries are unwilling to come together to address climate change. Here's our concluding paragraph. Last of all, because United Nations, the UN, is seen by many as a toothless tiger, this political body, whose permanent members are United States, United Kingdom, China, Russia, and France, is unable to force countries to address the climate change issues in front of us. For example, the UN Security Council has power to deploy troops, to mandate a ceasefire, and to impose economic sanctions on a country. Therefore, in theory, the UN could vote to impose sanctions on countries that are considered gross pollutants. However, the UN must have a unanimous vote before it could impose those sanctions. Typically, China, Russia, and sometimes France, they vote in an opposite manner to the United States and the United Kingdom. Therefore, it is impossible for the UN to make any positive changes toward climate change since not all members in the UN see that in their national interest. To sum up, climate change, like many societal problems, will not be solved in my lifetime. Sadly, many people are too dependent on fossil fuels, countries are unwilling or unable to work together, and the UN does not have the power to force nations to address climate change issues. Okay, so the essay is going to score high for several reasons. Instead of discussing several societal problems, the writer focuses exclusively on climate change. The writer includes a sharply focused thesis to frame the body of paragraphs. Clearly marked topic sentences restate the key points of the thesis. Specific details are used in each body paragraph to illustrate its topic sentence. Several transition words are used in each paragraph to give the paragraph a coherent structure. The writer has good control of both basic and advanced vocabulary and grammar, and a conclusion restates the purpose of the essay. And that's it. So that's my lesson for today. I hope you guys at YouTube got something useful from this. Remember, it's not about memorizing how you want to organize your writing, but it's more about thinking. Look at the writing prompt, understand what it's asking you to do, then organize your writing accordingly. And remember, if you want to get more good lessons, subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell button. And that way it'll notify you when I come up with new content, exactly like I did today. And I have blog lessons that are publishing pretty much every 4 or 5 days all year long, just like this. And for more information, you can go to my website at bettertoeflscores.com.